Good evening everybody, welcome to this live stream. We will be starting at 20:30 by the station clock on the screen, so that will be in about 8 minutes time. Going to be driving the new Class 700 on a wet and windy day. Starting!
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Lewis, that is very generous of you. Thank you very much, bud. We will be starting in 4.5 minutes time. 4.5 minutes time, please have your drinks and light refreshments ready. Tea and biscuits with the manager is mandatory.
Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
This is your final call, ladies and gentlemen. This Desiro stream will be starting in 1 minute. 1 minute time. Hello everybody, how are we all doing? Hopefully the microphone is working now and you can hear me. Good evening and welcome to this stream on the Class 700 released today. Looking forward to this one. I've been waiting for the 700 for quite a long time. Looking forward to finally having an opportunity to play it and show it off to you a little bit. If you've already got this DLC, then do let me know in the comments section your thoughts on it. It'd be really interested to hear what you got to say. So who have we got in tonight? We have got TR9, DET, Pig and Bob, Typical Nathan, Sujat, Wookie390, Blob, Gordon, Matty Meerkat. We've got a good few in tonight. Absolutely great to have so many of you here as usual. Before we jump in, guys, I've got to tell you that all the views and opinions... I've pressed the wrong button. It's Mumrail's fault. Distracting me. I've got to tell you that all the views and opinions within this stream are solely my own, may not reflect those companies I may be employed by or associated with. Furthermore, Dovetail Games have given me this key completely free of charge, but all the opinions are my own. I'll be completely honest with you guys, as per usual. Yeah, Freddie. I am going to have... once I finish decorating my living room, I am going to have a green screen behind me. But yeah, it works for the time being. Okay, guys. We're going to be having all of our usual features. We're going to be playing our very popular game.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
We are going to be playing Locomotive Livery Location. You'll get the hang of it as we go along. And we're also going to be jumping in and out the Discord server. Discord link in the description below. So, that's enough chit-chat from me. Let's press... game ready. Hop into Train Well Free and drive some 700. So, I am going to do this with a bit of weather turned on, just to give it a little bit of ambience. So, I've done a video on this the other day, as I'm sure you probably saw. Kind of a product review type video showing you the features and stuff on it. So, this is just going to be a bit of a drive-through. Happy to answer any of your questions and show you any of the kind of features or anything that you want to see. So, we'll do an early morning-ish, 7:28, Rainham to West Hampstead Thameslink. We're going to put it on rain shower and press get started. Let's go. Hey Jack, how are we doing? Tommy, I got it. It's great. Excellent. Maxwell, hello. How are we doing? RT, I can drive in bad weather. I just don't like to. Let's have a look at the TPWS SJA. Yeah, we can definitely do that. That'll be tea and biscuits with the manager for firing it off. But we can definitely do that. Not an issue at all. So the game audio is turned on at my end, guys. Let me know if you want the game volume up or down. We can do that as we go along. I'll give you some horn for levels, but do let me know if you want that up or down. So let's get our safety systems in. So one of the things I just want to clarify, on a normal train, these safety systems will always be turned on. You will not normally be coming in and putting the safety systems in. These will always be turned on. The only reason you ever isolate a safety system is because you've got a fault with it. They start isolated in-game to make it easier for novice players, so I can understand why they've done that. But yeah, generally speaking, the safety system panel, you will never ever touch that unless you're isolating a system because you've got a problem with it. So, Ian CPUDN. Just been playing this. Love the Class 700. Excellent. So, key in.
TPWS and AWS operational.
I love the fact it talks to us. The talking is the TPWS Mark IV. So any train that's fitted with TPWS Mark IV does the little talking thing. It's not exclusive to the 700. Okay, unlock doors on the right hand side. Mafaric, want to buy the 700. My Steam store is broken. No way. DET, yeah, TPWS does work on here. Does work. Quite well. They've modelled it really, really well. So, let's put some headlights on. Daylight. And there it is in all its glory. 700-035. Typical Nathan, I like the talking DRA as well. Yeah, that's... I've only ever seen that on 700s. So if we set the DRA then reset it, we get a nice little...
Driver, you have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
Yeah, I do genuinely really like that. I've only ever seen that on the 700. I've not seen that on any other trains. So if you know of any other trains that do it, then do let me know. Possibly the 800s or some of the newer trains might do it, but I've only ever seen it on the 700s. Hey Stu, I'm good. How are you, bud? How are you? Into forward and off we go. So whilst you're static, you don't get any splash on the windscreen, which is a little bit annoying. But once we start going along, we do sort of get some rain effects on the windscreen, I hope. I may be lying to you though. Oh yes, we are, just. So I'm not sure why you don't get the rain effects on the windscreen when you're static. That's a little bit weird. Yeah, Tommy, we'll get the wipers on as well. And we'll pull our timetable up. So we are Gillingham, Chatham, Rochester, Strood, Higham, Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhive, Stone Crossing and Dartford. So from Strood, I should be able to do this HUD list because I signed that bit in real life. But for the beginning of it, we're going to have the HUD turned on. DX Annual 2823. Why is the combined power handle so big on Train Sim World? In real life, it is small as anything. I think that looks about right, to be honest with you. Maybe it's a little bit big, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Not entirely sure. Stu, the Class 350 also has the DRA verbal reminder. Yeah, family's all good, Stu. Glad to hear that you're well. Yeah, Blob, so elephant in the room, definitely the DC sounds on this. You say it's a shame they weren't provided by Armstrong Powerhouse. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. However, Dovetail and Armstrong have been working really close together lately with some of the projects, and that's really, really good to see. And they've produced some fantastic work with some decent sounds. My understanding of it is, you know, and I could be completely wrong, but this is kind of just reading between the lines, and my understanding of it is Armstrong Powerhouse were unable to provide Dovetail games with the sounds. So the person or persons that gave Armstrong Powerhouse permission to use the sounds has not allowed Armstrong Powerhouse to then license them onto third parties such as Dovetail. So I don't think it's a case of Armstrong Powerhouse being awkward. It's politics, legal stuff, and licensing. And it's like I said on my preview video on this, it would have been absolutely brilliant to have the correct DC sounds, but going out and getting motor sounds, strapping microphones to bogies of trains and stuff like that, although it can be done, it's a health and safety nightmare to do it. You need the cooperation of the train operating company, you need the cooperation of cooperation of the train operating company, cooperation of the train manufacturer. So it can be done, but it's an absolute nightmare. And if the train company are not willing to play ball and not willing to let you do it, then, you know, it's not going to happen. I said before as well, a lot of people like Armstrong Powerhouse and kind of indie developers, they can source the sounds from, shall we say, willing staff members and other people who may be able to access things on the sly. I think it's the best way of putting that. Whereas obviously a commercial developer like Dovetail, everything they do's got to be 100% above board. So it's no good them sort of saying to people, oh, would you mind sneakily doing this or sneakily doing that, or, you know. So it's a bit of a difficult one, but like I said in the preview video, don't let perfection be the enemy of good. The alternative would have been to not make the train at all. So I'm pleased that they did. They've made the best of a bad job, in my opinion. LRV Productions, what does the horn sound like inside? Because on those sorts of units, the horn has an air hiss as soon as the tone is blown. Yeah, so the horn's got a little bit of... I'm still playing in the pre-release version because I haven't updated my game yet. So the horn does still have a little bit of a sound issue on it. I'll show you what I mean if we manage to stop at this station. It's sliding. It's sliding. Are we on the platform? Yeah, we'll take that. That's good enough. So yeah, if I play the horn... Wrong button. We do the other tone. It kind of... The horn seems to just finish a little bit abruptly, but I don't think it does that on the full release version. Blob, honestly, I'm mostly impressed with the whole thing, so I'm willing to overlook the DC sounds. Yeah, I'm completely with you, Blob. Like I say, the alternative would have been to not make the train at all, and I think that would have been a bit of a shame. So I think, generally speaking, it's a very nice-looking train. It drives really well. I said this before. I think the interior is probably one of the best interiors they've done on any train. I absolutely love the PIS boards. You get 3 different screens that cycle through on this. And I think these are really nice. The only thing I would have liked to have seen inside the train would have been to have some sort of advertisements on there. And I know you can't necessarily get the IPs and the licenses to have real adverts on there, but even some kind of... I mean, adverts change all the time, don't they? So even some kind of made-up adverts would have been really, really good. So yeah, no, I think the interior is fantastic. Right, lock doors. We'll do an outside shot to pull away. DET, what developer made the trains? It was Dovetail. It's a Dovetail train. Rick Ashtray, it does look good. Rick Ashtray, love it. Absolutely love the username there. Typical Nathan Richard, I think they should add a turbo star to the game, even to East Coastway. Nathan, I would love to see East Coastway extended through to Ashford with a turbo star. I have said that so many times. That would be really, really nice to have that in game. I would fully support that. Wes, no, to be honest with you, Wes, I do find sometimes the lighting in Train Sim World 3 can be a little bit funky in places. Yeah, I know what you mean when we were sitting at the station at Gillingham there. It did look quite bright, the cab. Get a little bit of braking. I like the fact as well you've got the 0 to 100 on the brake, because it's on the combined power brake control handle, because in real life this is a stepless controller, so it's really nice that they have simulated that, so you've got 0 to 100 in both directions, so you get the truly stepless experience. Not that that's going to stop me busting this 30. That wasn't too bad. Sander, finally a British train with a really good view. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I don't know, the HSTs have got a fairly good view. The 66s have got a fairly good view. The 395s are not too bad. But yeah, if you look at something like the Electrostars or the 385s and stuff like that, the view out the front is atrocious. I completely get that. The central driving position on the 700 and this big window does make the view outside the cab really good. DT, the lighting on your version looks quite bad. My lighting is good. On the stop car mark, unlock the doors. Yeah, I don't know, mine looks kind of sort of washed out and a bit all over the place. I mean, I don't think it's anything in my settings as such. So I've got like everything maxed out. Anti-aliasing is on TAA, which I tend to get the best results. Screen percentage 120. Resolution and stuff's all good. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I've noticed that. I've noticed a lot of sort of it not looking great on my game. 465 view is incredibly bad. Typically, the 465's not too bad. The network, it's got a pretty good view on it. To be fair. Josh's Trains, cheers for the tones and waves. Richard, I put the video on Discord. No worries, bud. I'll have a look out for that. Waiting until 7:40 and 30. Okay, so while we're waiting, let's play our first round of Locomotive Location Livery. Oh, buttons are not working. There we go.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
So if you haven't seen this game before, guys, please post your numbers in the chat now between 1 and 25. I'll pick the third number that comes up on my screen, and we'll play Locomotive Location Livery. Matty, you can submit your pictures for Locomotive Location Livery by sending to me on Discord or my social media channels, which should come up on the screen right now, but my stream deck isn't working very well. There we go. Yeah, I know what you mean, like the cab now. The cab light is off, but it does look very bright and very washed out. It's my graphics drivers are all up to date and everything, so I've got no idea what's going on. It's just really strange. So there's our 30 coming up. Just going to shut back the power, let it roll round into Rochester. Locomotive Location Livery. DET Trains, number 10. You are the third one on my screen. We'll get stopped at Rochester and then we will play. So we'll take this down to Dartford, and then we'll probably do a run in the snow coming back. Or we could jump into the Brighton mainline and maybe take it for a spin on the Brighton mainline. Let me know what you fancy doing, guys. Yeah, Samuel Smith, I drove the Class 377 in real life for quite a few years. The view from the cab is not good at all. It really isn't. Rochester Platform 1 coming into now. TP175. Yeah, I cabbed a few 313s. I never had the privilege of driving one, but yeah, I know the windows on them are tiny. Pokey Judas, I'm totally with you, Richard. Lighting and train smell is definitely too light, washed out. It is in places. I mean, like, you look at it now, coming into Rochester here, and it looks lovely. The lighting looks really nice. But in other places, it's just really, really washed out. I mean, the reflections on the platform on the left there look really good. But then you get certain places, and it is just so washed out. Almost running this train on time. It's pretty good going. Doors on the left. Okay, guys, so Locomotive Location Livery. Got to remind myself. DET trains number 10. My buttons are not working on the Stream Deck. This is not going well.
Let's
play
Locomotive Livery Location.
I don't know if it's my Stream Deck, guys, or whether there's something going on with Streamlabs today, but it seems to have quite a lot of delay between me pressing buttons and things actually happening. Okie dokie. We are going to do Locomotive Location Livery. We are DT Trains number 10. If you haven't seen this game before, guys, I'm going to give you box number 10. You've got 10 seconds to give me the locomotive livery and location of what is revealed underneath. Got a bit of what looks like a footbridge there. Can you get it from that? Let me know your thoughts in the chat, as always. Got the dynamic weather turning on now. The rain's gone. Right, we are off to Strood. I quite like the rain effects on the outside of the screen there. That's really nice. LaserJet says, spin on the Brighton mainline, please. DT 385 definitely has the best view. I'm coming across Rochester Bridge. Let's turn the wiper off. And then we're going to be 20 across the junction down towards Strood. So I am hoping to have, in the next week or two, an ex-Thameslink driver that used to drive 700s every day of the week, who's hopefully going to be coming on stream with me and having a little drive. Now, she doesn't play train sim as a rule, so she's going to be giving a very honest and fair opinion of what's happening. So if you do want to check, if you do want to see that stream, I will make sure that one is advertised well in advance. Then do subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and you'll get notifications of when that stream is happening. Hopefully it's going to be next week or the week after, but it should be quite a good one to get a complete outsider's opinion. So someone that doesn't play train sim at all and also signed, used to sign 700s. And we are coming in 8 for the 8. Creeping round the corner. And we are stopped at Strood. Just trying to catch up with the chat, guys. 118 of you lovely people in tonight, which is fantastic. LazyJet, can we have the BTP announcement? We'll do that one in a minute. Not a problem at all. SJA, the 700 has a seductive windscreen. Not heard it called that before. Pokey Jude, Richard, would you rather drive a 700 or a 385? Probably a 700 because the view out the front is a lot nicer. Artie, Richard, if you ever want me to pop in sometime, happy to do so. I actually have an idea to run past you that Sarah gave to me. Yeah, drop me a message, bud, or we can talk about it on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Hey, Side Productions, how we doing? Great to have you here. Locking the doors. Northern Princess Productions, could you say the stream will be propaganda? I cannot divulge anything, Northern Princess Productions. We got a green, we're off to Rainham. 2.6 miles. Strood Tunnel, then Rainham Tunnel. My driving is absolutely atrocious today. I am speeding all over the place. So there's I'm not sure what's going on, whether it's my internet connection, guys. Let me know if the stream's running smoothly, but the chat seems to freeze, and then I get about 20 messages come through at once. So I am trying to keep on top of it, but it's playing funny games tonight. Daniel, Richard, what trains have you driven? So in the past, 375s, 377s, 465s, 395s. Currently I drive 66s, 73s and 69s. Hey Moses B, I'm good, how are you? Great to have you here. Formula 47, the one time you're remotely on time, you're in a Thameslink service. Hey! First time for everything. Anna, that is Debbie in the background. Say hello, Debbie.
Hi.
That is Mum Rao's friend Debbie. Single and looking for love. Any takers? DT smooth stream. That's good to hear. Must be something going on at my end then, because my stream deck isn't working properly. I press a button and it's delaying everything, and the chat isn't working. And so Daniel, I only ever drove the 395 as a shunter driver, so fastest domestic high-speed train in the country, and I was literally allowed to drive it from Ashford Yard to Ashford Station. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I only had to go on one probably a dozen times. Nice, very nice. I mean, at the time, they were the most modern train in the country. Obviously, it was way before we had 700s or anything. Yeah, really, really nice to drive. GJ, is your PC doing updates as it's patched Tuesday? I don't think it is. It's possible, though. It is possible. Yeah, SJA makes a really good point there. Oh, the big broad windscreen is tasty. The cab of the 700 is truly the best seat in the house. The passenger seats on 700s are absolutely atrocious. They are really, really bad. They are horrid. So, yeah, I'll definitely say that the driver's seat is the best seat in the house. Airbus AV Geek, when was the last time you passed Reading? The last time I went to Reading, I met up with train driver Sam, which was a good few weeks ago now. I don't sign Reading, so I've never driven through Reading. The brakes on the 700 are really good, he says, overshooting the platform. So is there anything on the train you want to see in particular, guys? Do you want to see the TMS or the DMI screens, or having a look around outside? If there's anything you want me to showcase in particular, then I'm more than happy to do that. All stopped, all stopped, all stopped. Josh, yeah, I'm going to be doing...
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, Josh, I'm going to be doing the same train again on Friday. Daniel would love to drive 395, but by the time I've worked my up, they will probably be gone. I went on one a few weeks ago. They are really starting to show their age a bit now. I mean, it was, I want to say like 2009 when they first come into the country. Yeah, they are really starting to show their age now. Really, really starting to show their age. Gregory Allen, please tell Debbie. Debbie, Gregory Allen says he is interested, but he's also extremely ugly. But he does have a lifetime lease. Don't put yourself down, Gregory. Don't put yourself down. Matty Meerkat, cab door. What would you like to see on it, Matty? There is your cab door. You've got openable windows. It's got like a 2-stage opening system on the cab door, which is how it is in real life. Cars going across on the bridge, so it kind of... So when you open it, it kind of pops open, pauses, and then slides back. There are also... I mean, I've just clicked on it, but there are proper buttons for it here as well. You've got the... open cab door left, close cab door. So you can use the buttons to activate it as well. I've broke it. I broke the cab door. Right, anyway, we are delaying the train. I mean, it's a fashionably late Thameslink train. Stopping at Gravesend. Right, we should be able to do this hudless now. In theory. Off we go. Got a green. Okay, Locomotive Livery Location, what have we got? Mark B, you are the third number on my screen with number 5. Cue the delay. I've pressed the button already.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Oh, the delay is unreal on the stream deck today. It's not going well. Okay, Mark B, I'm going to give you box number 5. Again, 10 seconds to guess that locomotive livery and location. Here we go. Let me know your thoughts. It's a footbridge, but where is that footbridge? Yeah, Matty, I don't think the 2-stage door opening is a fault. I believe that is exactly how they are. £70 miles an hour all along here, coming around towards Who Junction. Chris, I'm not entirely sure about the PlayStation 5 version. I only play on PC, I'm afraid, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Grape Juice says it's a bridge. Wes Will says it's a bridge. Northern Princess Productions is taking a guess at Cambridge. Rick Ashtray, so you have single available ladies just turning up at your house. That is wrong. That makes me sound like it's like Dad Pimp or something like that. No. Ing.
I really can't deal with this.
I've got ladies everywhere.
I'm getting kicked out on a bloody train thing. Jesus Christ.
Dad Rail dating service.
Okay. I'm paying. Why do I get paid for this?
They've left the room. Airbus AV get Dad Rail. Very sorry to hear that you will never ever sign Reading for the foreseeable future. It's a lovely station. Yeah, it's just we just don't really have much work going up that way. The My Depot covers, so yeah, it's just not really. I mean, never say never, but you never know. Lawrence Adams says Tinder dad. Ben, yeah, we can do a train tour, no problem at all. Dadro, you missed the whistle board. I did, sorry. That's tea and biscuits with the manager. In space, you popular with the ladies, Richard. Not at all, not at all. So we're on a slight uphill gradient coming into Gravesend, so I think we're going to need a little bit of brake just to get that down for the 50. If you're on a heavy freight train coming out of Who Junction, the gradient will take a lot of the speed out of you coming around here. Formula 47, Daddy Rail. No, we're not doing that one. DET, Pimp Rail. Pimp My Ride, Dad Rail edition. She's got the 50 coming up around the corner and the warning for the 30 right there. So not having the HUD up, it's quite good that you've got this display on the TMS so you can sort of see how much brake force and stuff you've got going in. So that's, if you like driving without the HUD on, that's quite a useful tool to have. It's Enigma 123. I am really enjoying the 700. It's a really nice train to drive. I love the view out the front. You can really sort of see the routes and appreciate the routes. It's very good. It's very good. Where's Wheels? All the ladies love a driver. Wookie 390. I took a train through Beckenham Junction last week, actually. Right, let's get a little bit of braking for that 30 coming in towards Gravesend. See, this is another thing with the game that annoys me. When you go under bridges, there's no light change in the cab. So I'd expect the kind of, you know, there's no shadow in the cab or anything as you go underneath the bridges. The lighting level remains consistent. And to me, that breaks the immersion a little bit. You get it when you go into tunnels, the cab level, the light level dips, but not when you go through bridges and stuff. I say that, you didn't even get it in the tunnel there. Yeah, the lighting is funky. We are now approaching Gravesend.
If you see something that doesn't look right, report it to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
There it is. Someone asked for it earlier on. And we're almost stopped in the right place. So one of the other things I picked up on was the fact we don't have the RLU and FLU stop car markers. Dovetail have said they are coming. So there will be a route update and we will have the RLU and FLU stop car markers going in, which is going to be quite good. So I look forward to having those in there. Josh Strange, did you ever have a driver 56081 when it was working at Tunbridge? No, unfortunately I didn't. I did have a ride on it, but I never got to sign it, which was a little bit of a shame. Matty Meerkat, does your manager know if you miss a whistle board? Only if the black box gets downloaded, Matty. So, yeah, if your manager comes along and does a download on the black box, then it will show up that you didn't blow your horn at the whistle board. The whistle board won't show up on the black box, but your manager will kind of know the route and know where you are, so they'll know what they'll be looking out for. So if they're looking out for the whistle and you haven't blown it, that's going to be a red flag and a mark against you on the download. Hey Ashley Smashley, I'm doing well, how are you? Master Rail Driver, no, unfortunately the train doesn't have announcements. That was me pressing silly buttons on the soundboard to get that one to work. Yeah, it's Enigma 123. Sounds seem a bit off on the 700. Yeah, we were discussing this earlier. The DC sounds on the 700 are taken from the 350, so they're not correct. There were some issues with sounds from getting licenses for sounds and stuff, so they've had to reuse the 350 sounds. So yeah, no, you are right. But they don't sound too bad, I don't think. Right, we are off to Northfleet. We should be able to do this HUDless, like I say, in theory. Samuel Swift, have train spotters ever asked you for tones whilst you were driving trains in real life? That. If I see people doing that on the platform, I normally blow the horn. Preliminary route indicator's not working on this route either. You should have a little arrow, forward arrow, to tell us what route's set at the junction there. Incidentally, guys, that gesture there, that one, if you read the railway rulebook, that actually means create a brake. That is a recognised railway hand signal for create a brake. It's Enigma, yeah, besides the sounds, everything else is pretty good. Ashley Smashley, I'm all good, have to wait till payday till I can get the 700. Long week it will be. It's worth it though, bud. I think it's well priced. $12.99 I think it's a pretty reasonable price for what they're offering with this train. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube today, Artie. Everything's really laggy at my end. The game's running smoothly, but all the chat and the stream and everything's running is lagging out really, really badly. As we come into Northfleet, let's see if we can get we'll take it. Someone wanted a train tour earlier on, so we can go for a little walk through the interior of the train. And like I said earlier on, I think the interior on this is definitely one of the best interiors that they have produced.
Rule at the Top by Tom Petty was released on the 1st of January.
Alexa, cancel. Technology is not working today. Technology is not working. Yeah, no, I think the interior is one of the best interiors that they've done. I think the seats are really nicely detailed. The moquette is awful, just as it is on real Thameslink trains. Ironing board seats. No, they have genuinely done a really nice job of the inside of the train. It's a shame we didn't have the 701s, the 12-car variants. But obviously they've got their reasons for not doing that. I don't know what the reasons are, but it would have been really good to have those on here. Passengers disappearing there. Can't get into the toilets, which you can't on any of them. Yeah, no, I think the actual modelling on the train looks really, really nice on this. I think they've done a very good job. I haven't, other than the DC sounds, I haven't really heard many negative comments about this at all. I think it's been pretty well received by the community. The last couple of Dovetail products, I mean, Glossop was really well received by the community. This has been really well received by the community. It does seem like Dovetail are up in their game a little bit, which is really good to see. So, we've got a green. Let's get this thing going down to Swanscombe. Hey, Eddie, good morning. How are you doing? Off we go. The definition of ironing board seats. Yeah, the seats really, they are really not good. They're not good. Grape Juice, could we do a passenger ride soon on the 700? We can have a go at that. we'll see how we get on with the stream. SJA, the only thing wrong with the interior is the lack of people, but then I do go on the Brighton mainline, which is a different kettle of fish. So, yeah. No, I can see where you're coming from there. DT, Dovetail games are doing well. Rivet are doing awfully. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that whole debate. We haven't had a product from Rivet for quite a long time, and there may be a reason for that. Yeah, Ben P, no, you're quite right. The 701s don't run on this line, but we've got the Brighton mainline in game, which the 701s do run on. So, considering the sounds are going to be pretty much the same, the cabs are going to be the same, it would have been literally adding a couple of extra coaches into it. It seems, you know, I'd query why they haven't put it in there, because then we could have run them on the Brighton mainline. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Not the end of the world, that's for sure. Robert, I've installed the Class 700 on Epic, and when I load the game, it's not showing up. No idea why that is, Robert. That's quite strange. It's what I was saying about it being washed out. That signal's supposed to be green, and it just looks white. It's really, really washed out.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
We are off to Green High for Blue Water. Dadrow, please press the emergency brake at speed. I might need it if I ever drive the 700. We can certainly do an emergency stop and see how it pulls up. We'll do one. I tell you what, we'll do a full simulated emergency stop. Hopefully this is going to work. You can see the brake gauge has come up as well because it's gone onto friction brakes. Full emergency brake application. With GSMR sound effects. So it gives me an opportunity to show off one of the other things that I really, really like on this. And I did mention this in my review video. The friction brakes there against the wheels. When I take power... if I can recover from the emergency brake application, actually. When I take power, the friction brake, the blocks, move away from the wheels. Which I just think is a really nice touch. I was really, really surprised that they'd bothered to implement that. That is really nice. Yeah, Daniel, that's just another sound effect. It's not in the game, unfortunately, but yeah. Dadrow, do the TPWS at Dartford. Is there TPWS approaching that speed restriction at Dartford? I can't remember if there is. There might be approaching the 20. We'll do it because it's got some nice sound effects on the TPWS. So for the sake of showing off the train, we will activate the TPWS intentionally. And we're coming down to Green Hive, so let's get some braking. It's Enigma, so much detail in this train, it's incredible. I do think they've done a really good job of this train, and it's been really, like I say, it does seem to have been really well received by the community. It's a very welcome addition to the Southeastern High Speed route. We now have, I think, bar 376s, we've now got, which you only ever see occasionally at Dartford, and Gravesend. We've now got every single train that runs on this route, so the timetable is absolutely jam-packed. And this is one of my favourite routes in Train Sim World. I mean, I do sign most of it in real life as well. I say most of it. I sign from Who Junction to Dartford. But this has got to be one of my favourite routes in Train Sim World now. We have station announcements. Platform alteration at a non-bi-directional station. That's an interesting concept. Okay, Locomotive Location Livery. Wookie390. You're the third number on my screen with number 12. Let's press the button.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
And I'm going to give you box number 12, guys. 10 seconds for that Locomotive Livery and Location. Oh! That's a jackpot. We are definitely going to get some guesses after that one. Yeah, LW Rail, you are correct. The 707 does run on this route. So basically, I suppose you could go into Creators Club and just reskin the 700. So yeah, that is possible. I think that'd be quite easy to do, to get some 707 services in. Green off to Swanscott, Stone Crossing. Yeah, DET, you're quite right. We've got the RHTT services on there and the Phoenix Rail Rogs Class 37, which again, that is a really nicely done piece of kit. I don't think we've done that on stream. We should probably do that on stream at some point because that's a really nice train. LRV Productions Class 37, Grape Juice. It's a loco under a bridge. LRV Productions says it's easy. DET Trains is BR37. Gabriel Clark's gone BR Blue and Hebden Bridge. Formula 47 wants to be different and say it's a Class 40. Sandy Beach has gone with Dartford Class 37. Fabian definitely a 37. Northern Princess Productions, it's already been done. I knew it wouldn't take long. Stone Crossing. Ramagid 1010. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong there, bud. Will modders fix the sound? Possibly, possibly not. I think it's far more difficult to mod Train Sim World than what it is Train Sim Classic. It's possible. It's possible. That's all I can say. The thing is, when you've got modders and people coming in and modding the game that are not selling it, that are not Dovetail, they haven't got to worry about IPs and licenses and copyrights, and they can literally just do whatever they want without fear of legal repercussions, as it were. So, unfortunately, Dovetail have got to make sure everything they do is above board and they're not infringing on anybody's IP or copyrights or anything. Gabriel, I also brought on Epic Games and added the 700 to my library and it's not in-game. Help. What I can do is I can raise it on the Dovetail Ambassadors Forum and see if anybody else has got that problem and see if we can get a solution. But yeah, it works on Steam and it seems to work on consoles and everything, so it looks like it's a bit of a problem with Epic at the moment. Tim Plays Life, how are people finding it's running with the big timetable? I'm currently getting 62 FPS at the moment, Tim. But yeah, I've not noticed any performance drops, but I believe some console players have noticed that there's been a bit of a performance drop. But for me, it's been okay. Right, so 2 yellows. Northern Princess Productions believes, and I think she may be right, that there is a TPWS overspeed grid approaching Dartford. We are going to intentionally trigger that so we can hear the TPWS sound effects. TPWS is a train protection warning system. And basically at certain points on the route, it will check your speed, so approaching speed restrictions, approaching red signals, or when passing red signals. And the idea of the system is it will check your speed, and then put the emergency brakes in if you're going too fast. So coming down towards this red, I am not going to put the brakes in. I'm hoping the safety systems are going to kick in and do it for me. It's going to spad and kick me out the game, you watch. But there we go.
Overspeed. Contact the signaller.
Change, change, change.
Overspeed. Contact the signaller. Overspeed.
Yeah, we spadded. But you've got that nice overspeed, contact the signaller, overspeed, contact the signaller. And that's part of the TPWS Mark IV. I did notice as we went past the signal at danger, for all you people out there, Tea and Biscuits isn't working. I am pressing the Tea and Biscuits button. I did notice on the DMI, the driver machine interface screen, it did come up with a little red SPAD sign as well. So there might be a SPAD sound effect, but I don't know if you would ever get to hear that because of the way the game works. I don't know if you would. Yeah, it's quite possible that you're not going to get to hear that, which is a little bit of a shame. So we will do a run. Oh, there we go. Everything is massively delayed. Sussex Round Enthusiast, how are we doing? Good to have you here. Save the game first. Yeah, we could have done. We could have done. Josh's trains, we have done the 450, the AP 450. We've done a Pompey Direct service a little while ago, but we can revisit that. 447, no Tea and Biscuits, planned test. The SPAD wasn't planned. So I can't get away with that one. Let's see if we can do something. Oh, does anybody else's Creators Club do this? So I need to go into the route. So we go London Commuter, and then if I go back to Creators Club, it'll then bring all the routes up. For some reason, it kind of wants to hold the route down. How can I set the weather in Creators Club? Is that a thing? Is that something we can do? Brighton platform 4 to East Croydon, because that's as far as they go. We'll stop at Hayward Heath and Gatwick Airport on that. Confirm service. Okay, I think that's going to work, isn't it? I'm doing really well here, aren't I? Oh, there we go. 700 loaded, 8 car. Save and exit. Play. Okay, we'll take it for a spin up the Brighton mainline, because why not? Because why not? There won't be any AI traffic on this, but we'll take it for a spin up the Brighton mainline. It's Enigma. I think multiplayer would be a great addition to this game. Especially if we get a fully working guards mode. After Glossop, where they kind of teased guards mode, if we get a fully working guards mode, then multiplayer would be really, really good. Typical Nathan, wait, can you see the 700s at St Pancras on Southeastern? Yes, I believe you can. I believe you can, yeah. Okay, well, it is raining. Right, safety systems in. We're going to take the 700, albeit an 8 car, for a spin up to East Croydon, and then we'll call it a night. But yeah, like I say, I'm really liking this train. I think Dovetail have done a really good job on this. It's nice. Sound effects.
AWS and AWS operational.
I think when they brought the 700 out for Train Sim Classic, it was modded very quickly. I think Alan Thompson Sim brought out a sound pack for it, and then AP obviously brought out the enhancement pack very, very quickly afterwards. But I think this has knocked it out of the park. The 700 on here is fantastic. It is good. Typical Nathan, yeah, we can spawn on foot at St Pancras, and we can have a look at that. That's not a bad idea at all. We can certainly go and do that. RM Ramid 1010, so they go into the... I don't believe they do in real life, but in the game they've got them going into the high-level platforms. Right, okay, so while that's loading passengers, let's press the button on the stream deck.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Wookie 390, what do you think the new upcoming UK routes will be? I am going to decline to comment on that. We should be able to do this whole route HUD list because I signed this in real life. I am going to decline to comment on that purely on the basis that I have insider knowledge as to what's coming. So I'm going to decline to comment in case I say anything I shouldn't. Josh Trains, no worries, bud. Thanks very much for joining us. And thanks for sending the picture in as well. Gregory, can we have snow? Yeah, we can... Yeah, we'll do a little snowy run. I think we can do that. Formula 47, I think the cab is a little bright. Yeah, I would be inclined to agree with you. The cab does look way too bright. And then you look up at the ceiling and it's terrible. But if we go in the back here, you'll see the ceiling. It wasn't like that on the Southeastern High Speed route. The Southeastern High Speed route, it looks really nice. Obviously, Brighton mainline is a Train Sim World 2 route and not a Train Sim World 3 route. And I believe there's some like compatibility issues that are not great between the two. I mean, we can still drive it on the Brighton mainline, but yeah. It's like when you have night runs on the Brighton mainline. They just don't look very good. Right, we can get this going now. We are good for 45 at the moment. 40, my apologies. Dadrow 700 use high level in real life when the court is closed. No, good point. Yes, they do. Good point. Yeah, DET, I might raise a ticket with Dovetail and see what's going on. See what's going on, because the more and more I speak to people, the more and more it seems to be a me issue. Daniel, what are the small kite-shaped signs? I see them along the CML. Do you mean those signs over there that we've just passed? If you do, then they are coasting boards, which effectively tells the driver where to shut off power and start coasting to save energy if they're stopping at stations. Yeah, Formula 47, Brighton mainline. It's a very nice route. It could do with a Train Sim World 3 overhaul. I mean, if we ever got... I say if we ever got a Train Sim World 4. I mean, like I said the other day in my SCR stream, we will get a Train Sim World 4. You know, it's going to happen. Much in the same way that a PlayStation 6 is going to be released at some point. It stands to reason they will release one at some point. You know, maybe one of the routes could be Brighton mainline updated to Train Sim World 4 standards. Yeah, look at the lighting on the fence on the left. It's not good. Talking of lighting. Yeah, Brighton mainline updated to Train Sim World 4 standards, and then an extension through to Luton or something like that through the Thameslink core for the 700. Someone made a comment the other day about the AC equipment. The 700 is fitted out with AC equipment. And why would they go to all that length for fitting it with AC equipment and AC sounds if we're not going to get an AC route that it'll run on? Yeah, look, the lighting is terrible, isn't it, in the cab? It really is. Pardon me. Okay, Locomotive Location Livery. We are going for the third number on my screen, which is Irish Railways, with number 17.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Give you box number 17, guys. Again, 10 seconds for that Locomotive Livery and location if you can. Too easy? Let me know your thoughts in the chat below. So first up on this service will be Hayward Heath. Harry Easton, yawn. CJ the Train Spotter, Peterborough to Horsham. That would be a long old run, but that would be good. That would be a good run. Ashley Smashy, I think multiplayer is a highly asked feature. The question is co-op multiplayer or server multiplayer, more than 2 people. Server multiplayer, you mean as in you like get a route and then everybody drives timetable services on the route and then the AI fills in the blanks. That would be quite nice. I'd support that. Especially if you can make your own kind of avatar as well. That would be good. That does look nice, though. It is a really, really nice looking train. It is a really nice train. We are speeding a little bit because it is only 90 through here. Let's get a little bit of brake in. Just bring that speed down a tad. As we are passed through Clayton Tunnel. Harry Easton, the train spot's gone 37 Sandy Beach, 37 at Brighton for Locomotive Location Livery. Johnny Simulator Gaming 37. Ashley Cole, South Eastern Fan 37. Lots of love for the 37. Any ideas on the location, guys? Does that footbridge give it away? What squares do you need to reveal the location going forward? It is a real shame about the lighting. If you are just joining us, guys, the 700 that has been released looks much nicer than this when it's on the South Eastern High Speed route. There are some lighting issues on the Brighton mainline, which is what we're seeing at the moment. But if you go back and watch the beginning of the stream where we were running it on South Eastern High Speed, it does look much, much nicer. We can have a little sit down inside. Yeah, it doesn't look good on this route at all. I am gonna raise that with Dovetail directly, guys. See if I can get an answer as to what's going on for you all. Daniel, have you used rail announcements before? On Google, they have the Class 700 announcements. Yeah, I believe Joe, the British Ace, has made a video with the real announcements overlaid on it, which is really good. So do go and check that out. We are approaching Keema Junction. Yeah, typical Nathan. We'll spawn on foot at St Pancras. And we'll have a little look in the snow as well. And then we'll call it a night. I don't want to go on too late tonight. No, we're not. We're coming up to Burgess Hill. There we go. I thought we'd already passed Burgess Hill. Wookie 390. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that in real life. If you go and stand in the passenger compartment, they get a little bit upset in real life. So I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that. It's a little bit weird the way the wheel kind of clips into the rails there. Coming through Withersfield, Haywards Heath is our next station stop on this service. Hey Rafe, no worries. Debbie is behind me, who introduced me to your live stream. Say hello to Rafe, Debbie. Hey, if you've got no idea what we're talking about, guys, I dropped into... Rafe was live streaming on TikTok from York Station the other day, and I dropped in. Crashed the stream. Oh. Pressed the wrong button there. Dadrail, could you ignore the DSD and make the train stop? Yeah, okay. We'll do... Once we leave Haywards Heath, we'll ignore the DSD and we'll let the train stop and see what that does to it. Formula 47, can't wait for Train Sim World 40, HS2 and the co-op edition. Typical Nathan, why is it not 100 miles an hour on the Brighton mainline? I don't do 90, I do 100 on the Brighton mainline Train Sim World. Parts of it, so from Balcombe Tunnel Junction up to just north of Gatwick, it used to be 100 miles an hour back in the 319 days, but it was reduced back to 90. I don't know the exact reason. I believe it's because the service pattern, there isn't any real benefit to running at 100 miles an hour on here. But yeah, like I said, I don't, that's just purely a guess. I'm not sure the exact reasons. Right, so we're coming down towards Haywards Heath. Let's get a little bit of break in. The lighting is terrible on this route. It really is. Until we go into the tunnel, and then it looks lovely. And the other side of the tunnel looks lovely. Debbie, Rafe says it was nice to see you on my live stream too. I can't hear a word you're saying. I've got headphones on. Haywards Heath, Haywards Heath, Haywards Heath. Yeah, and they have said that the RLU and FLU stop car markers will be coming to the route, which is good. So we look forward to getting those in. Typical Nathan, it feels so slow doing 90 in such a straight line when you could do 100. Ian Bradley, the Class 700, is that a new train or just in Sim World? Looks nice apart from, as you say, the lighting. So Ian, it's a new train to Train Sim World 3, released today, $12.99. It's designed to run on the South Eastern High Speed line, and the lighting on it is good. So if you go back to the beginning of the stream where we were playing it on South Eastern High Speed, it looks good. So the washed out look that you're seeing at the moment is because we are playing it on a Train Sim World 2 route. There's some compatibility issues with it. So this is not how the train looks. This is not the kind of the default standard, if you like. Amy, I believe on third rail 100 is the maximum you're allowed to do. I don't believe you're allowed to do 110 on third rail. So even though the 387s are capable of it, I don't think they're allowed to run 110 on third rail. Yeah, Rafe the Train Spotter, a couple of years ago we were doing a Dab Rail meetup at the National Railway Museum. We definitely need to replan that. Maybe we can do something in September time. We'll have a look. It's something we can definitely look at doing. We got boshed last time by railway strikes, of all things. But it's something we can definitely look at doing again. So we've got 103 of you lovely people still here tonight. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing. It really does help me out massively. As we come round to Copyhold Junction. Levi6859, just a quick question. As a passenger train driver, how do you know where to begin to slow down for each stop? What is it about the route knowledge that gives you that information? So you are literally looking for landmarks. on the route. So you're looking for, when I go past this signal, I'm going to put this much brake in. When I see the bridge, when I see the white hut on the right-hand side, when I see the speed boards. So that there isn't anything on the route that's, you're not going to get a sign or anything to actually tell you to start braking. It's just going to come down to your purely your route knowledge and sort of working out your braking points. Hey Artie, you've done such a good job with the staff one. I think we should get some dates, and I should 100% let you handle that because you did do an amazing job. Ticketed event, you can use your QR scanner then as well. So you've got the Ardingly branch just going off to the right hand side. We are approaching Ouse Valley Viaduct. Hey James, I'm good, how are you? Yeah, Maxwell, I just thought that. Remember to ignore the DSD. So we're going to do an outside shot on Ouse Valley Viaduct, and I will remember to ignore the DSD. Right, we're going to ignore the DSD. That's what happens when we ignore the DSD. Now, if we reset that, the brakes instantly release when we reset it. I don't know whether that's prototypical or not. Oh, that is nice. That is beautiful. That is nice. That is very nice. Yeah, normally when you get an emergency brake application, you have to wait for the train to stop before you can start it again. Like I say, it could be something on the 700s that you don't have to do that. I'm not overly familiar with them, so can't really comment, unfortunately. Why, thank you, Artie. Jack, I'm going to signalling school later this month. Excellent, Jack. Do you have any advice in regard to signalling? My primary bit of advice for you with signalling is, this is controversial. Always let freight trains go in front of passenger trains. That would be my top piece of advice. Always let freight trains go first. It's supposed to go back to the normal camera. I'm now just left awkwardly with a zoomed in shot and no sound effects. There we go. We're off to Gatwick Airport. No, seriously, bud, I don't really know much about the signalling side of things other than sort of from a driver's perspective. So yeah, not really fair for me to offer too much advice there. Yeah, SJA, Ouse Valley Viaduct is beautiful, and it really is a nice piece of civil engineering. You're completely right there. So this next signal in real life, there's a red for the bi-directional running. You can't see it on the stream, but as you come around this corner, the red signal is literally just there. Yeah, where that yellow is in real life, that's red. And it looks like you're going straight towards a red signal at line speed. It can be a bit discombobulating. Max, that's probably because in North America, that's pretty much the only sort of trains they run. Try that one again, Richard. Ray for Transport, Richard and Debbie are amazing. I'm sending massive hugs to you. And to Mumrail. Don't forget Mumrail. We should be HUD off as well here, guys. So speed limit's going to drop to 80 the other side of the tunnel. This is Balcombe Tunnel. Jack, it'll be tea and biscuits with the manager. Signalling tea and biscuits with the manager. 447. Max operating speed for the 700, I believe, is 100 miles an hour. Max speed 100, yeah, just about make it out up there. The GSMR does work on this, but it's funky. So unless you're kind of in timetable mode or scenario mode, it doesn't pick it up. I would like to have had... It functions very much similar to the Class 323. It would have been really nice to have fully functioning GSMR. I think it's one of those things, though. If you give me fully functioning GSMR, I'll be saying, oh, it's really nice to have this and it's really nice to have that. I suppose there comes a point when you have to kind of say, you know... Yeah, I want all features working. That's the problem, so you've got to find that balance. Foxy Gaming, Mumrail is in the kitchen, I believe. Mumrail! Where's Mum? You're being asked for. People are asking where you are.
I'm just here. Bye.
Right, getting up to 90. Like I say, we'll take this as far as East Croydon, guys. Then we'll spawn on foot at St Pancras to see those 700s. So when we spawn on foot at St Pancras, we should see 700s going in and out, and the HSTs as well on the from the Midland mainline layers. Super straight. If you can get to 103 on a 700, the traction power cuts out. Okay. I don't know if we're going to do that before Gatwick. Let's give it a go. Let's see if that works. Foxy Gaming, RT and Wraith the Train Spotter all say hello, Mumrail. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe. Mumrail is very expensive to keep. She's an expensive pet. Ow. Coming through three bridges. So we reckon the power's going to cut out 103. Let's see what... It wouldn't surprise me if that's not been simulated. We'll give it a go. It seems to top out at 101. I'm still wide open. No, it's maxing us out at 101. A well-deserved wrist slap. Northern Princess Productions, yeah, back on the sofa again. Tinsley Green Junction. We're back down to the normal line speed. We're not speeding anymore. Coming into Gatwick. Roblox Games. So this is the Brighton main line, the London commuter route that we're doing at the moment. And because it's a Train Sim World 2 route, it's why the lighting all looks a bit funky on the train. Looks nice from the outside, but not so good from the inside. As we approach Gatwick, I'm really hoping this is going to slow down. Yeah, Roblox Games with I'm playing the 700 on the London commuter now, so you can do this by going into Creators Club and importing it yourself into a custom scenario. Please stop, please stop, please stop. This could be a perfect stop. Look, no hands. No, it's not going to work. I mean, it was an emergency, but it stopped. It stopped. I just don't think anyone can argue with the way the train looks. I think the train genuinely looks really nice. I don't think anyone can argue with that point. Let me know what you think, guys. Do you think, in terms of modelling and the way it looks, do you think they've done a good job of it? Artie, I am so not overrunning. It's professional driving. I am using the train to its full capabilities in order to run to time. But as you're currently in driver training, I definitely wouldn't recommend that. Do not... Tim plays life. Do not take... What is the lighting doing there? Oh my goodness. I'm definitely gonna raise this with someone at Dovetail because the lighting is doing all sorts of funny things. Lucky stop. Ian, that was not luck, that was pure skill. That was pure skill. Yes, it does look good. Yeah, I like it. Right, what's guys? I'm planning on putting a 700 on Colne Aken Speedline or East Coastway. Yeah, why not? Formula 47, using the train to its full potential, aka driving like you stole it. Northern Prince Productions, the only fault I have is the sounds. They're about 75% right though, and I paid less than a tenner, so can't really complain. Have you heard the AC sounds, Northern Princess Productions? The AC sounds are spot on. They are really nice. Let's have another round of the Locomotive Location livery, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see if we can get that location.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Maxwell, that is the exact opposite advice I give my trainees. If in doubt, floor it out. We say if in doubt, creep about, but yeah, that works too. Super Straight 99, great stop by the way. I mean, everyone's spilt their coffee. People have got coffee all over their laps. Incidentally, guys, has anyone seen the RAIB report into the Lumo incident at Peterborough? RAIB released a YouTube video of a little diagram explaining what had happened. I was quite surprised by that because having looked at the diagram, again, I'm probably going to upset some people by saying this, I attribute that 100% to driver error. And now, you know, you have to look at root cause. Driver error, the driver didn't respond to the signal correctly. The signal was clearly sighted. The route indicator was displayed. Now you could ask the question, does the driver know the route correctly? Is the driver's route knowledge up to standard? But that wasn't one of the recommendations that was made. They didn't kind of acknowledge that anything in that respect, which I was a bit sort of a bit surprised about, because I would attribute that incident to driver's route knowledge and driver not reading the signals correctly. Fabian, I'm pretty sure they simplified the lighting because performance reasons, especially on consoles. It's absolutely fine on South Eastern High Speed, and I run it on Cross City as well a little while ago, and it was absolutely fine on there. It's just Brighton mainline I seem to get issues on. Robert, when does the Class 700 go into AC mode? What's stopping the core, and does it continue to? I believe it changes at, I want to say, City Thameslink if you're going towards Bedford, and it changes at Farringdon if you're going towards Brighton, I believe, are the changeover points. Yeah, RT, exactly that, but the whole autopilot argument, I sort of buy that, but he was being checked down to a red signal. The driver has slowed the train down for the red signal. The signal cleared, and the driver's then misread the signal at that point. So instead of picking up on the fact there's a route indicator, the driver's just seen the main aspect and misread the signal. So, whilst, yeah, I suppose sort of unconscious incompetence plays a little bit of a role in it, that wasn't something that come out of the report, and I was quite surprised by that. Yeah, Northern Princess Productions, I did. They said it was at a speed where it was close to tipping over. Going through Red Hill Tunnel, aka the Sand Tunnel. The lighting in the tunnels is nice. Not quite dark enough, if anything. And then you come out and it's too light. Hey, Sebastian Wicker, bonsoir. Locomotive Location livery, guys. Wookie 390. You're doing well on this today. Box number 15.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Going to give you box number 15, guys. 10 seconds for that locomotive livery and location, please. Let me know in the chat what you're thinking it might be. Any ideas? Let me know your thoughts. Incidentally, the locomotive location livery screen will be getting an update shortly. Where you've got the chat bar down the right-hand side, at the bottom of that, you're going to have a little window with a feed of the game, so you can still sort of see the game where the locomotive location livery is going on. So it's something I'm going to add in the next week or so. The Emerald Sword. What's Debbie's number? Whoa. We'll have to get Debbie on the Discord. Ashley Cole, Southeastern fan, 37 at Ashford Depot. Typical Nathan. Fortunately, I've never been involved in any incidents like that, derailments or anything. Super Shrek 99, he's missed the junction indicator. Doesn't say it on the report. He's driven it 100 or so times but never got routed through platform 1. So then you've got to question the competency management system of the company and how they're maintaining their drivers' route knowledge. But again, that comes down to non-technical skills, because if I've got a junction indicator on the signal and I'm not 100% sure of the speed, I'm just going to creep about and treat it as slow. So there's been some lapse in concentration somewhere where the driver hasn't acknowledged or hasn't seen that the junction indicator's illuminated. We're only human. We all make mistakes. You know, I'm not going to. You know, it could happen to me tomorrow. I could go out driving tomorrow and do the same thing. So I'm not saying he's a bad driver or she's a bad driver. They're a bad driver. I'm not saying that at all. I was just quite surprised that the report sort of didn't highlight that. Sandy Beach is class 37 at Bedford. Artie, yeah, you are right. I definitely need to update the end screen as well, because it still has Patreon on it, which we don't use anymore. Hey, British Ace, hello, how are we doing? Joe, as I've got you here, good question. I believe you're a console player on this, but if you play it on PC, do you get lighting issues on the Brighton mainline with the 700? I.e., the cab looks very washed out, and when we go into the passenger compartment, we get like a black ceiling. Just wondered if you've experienced that at all. Definitely looks great on South Eastern High Speed and the Birmingham Cross City, but it seems to be a few lighting issues with it on the Brighton main line. Great producer. I have not travelled with either, so not really fair for me to comment on that, to be completely honest with you. As we are coming through the covered way, slight downhill gradient, descending towards Stokesness Junction and Purley. British Ace not on console. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, Kevin, I don't think the driver would have lost their job over it. The railway's quite good at recognising mistakes and then learning from that. You don't deal with somebody's mistake by disciplining them. That's not a good way to deal with a mistake. I mean, if the driver's constantly having incidents, then you've got to look into their suitability for the role, but it's generally not the done thing to punish someone for making a genuine mistake. You you take that mistake and then you sort of look at the learning points to come from it, which is the whole point of having an investigation. Just past Overstocestairs Junction, we got the Tatton Corner branch over to our left. That is Rainham Station, just hidden behind the buildings there. And we are coming down towards Purley. So we've got 131 of you lovely people watching tonight. If you haven't already, do please hit that like button. Consider subscribing, really does help me out. Speeding through Purley. Line speed is still 90. So on the Brighton main line, you have got 2 signals on the slow line for every 1 signal on the fast between Purley and South Croydon. There's your answer. Yeah, the report stated the driver has been given refresher training and they are still driving. Northern Princess Productions, overall my 10 cents on Lumo declaring bias in advance. I think I know the driver. Let's just say there were many drivers I had a friendly relationship with. With him it was purely professional. 60 warning, 60 starts at South Croydon. My braking point for the 60 is this bridge here in a 375, 377. And we'd be normally using brake step 1, which looks like about there on the controller, so hopefully that's going to work for us. A little bit of a sound glitch going on there. Roundsy, greetings from Canada, greetings from the UK, my friend. And this service will terminate at East Croydon. Going up to London Bridge, Blackfriars, and then through the core onto Luton or something, that is, we really, really need that. Or Horsham to Peterborough add-on, or Horsham to Cambridge add-on. That would be massive, but that would be great. Speeding for the 60. Next speed's going to be 45 coming into East Croydon. East Croydon's a really easy station to learn, so 45 mile an hour coming in. Except if you're going into platform 1 where there is an additional 30. We have position 1 junction indicator, which means we are going into platform number 1. Let's get the speed down for the 45. And then we'll come down a little bit more because we've got the 30 going into platform number 1. .34. There's the 30. And we are 1 yellow, red ahead. Red's at the end of the platform. We want to be aiming to do no more than 20 over the AWS magnet. And we're stopping for the red signal rather than the station. A 6-car mark. And there's the 8 and 9. And we are stop. I say we would have an RLU marker on the signal in real life. So full service brake, DRA, into neutral, unlock the doors. It does look, I've said it so many times on this stream, it does look really, really nice. It really does. Ian, is the basic Train Sim World game any good as a standalone game to start with? And in average, how much are the add-ons? Depends. This class 700 was $12.99. The last route DLC we had was Glossop, I think was $16.99. But I mean, once they've been out for a little while and the Steam sale comes on, sometimes you can pick routes and trains up for sort of £4 or £5. So it does really, really depend. Really, really depends. Yeah. Unlock doors. My doors are unlocked. It's bugged out. Oh, okay. Apparently I stopped perfectly at Gatwick Airport, but didn't unlock the doors. That's not supposed to happen. Formula 47, can we get a new stream start video of a new route? Do you know what we could do? The reason I use East Croydon is because it's quite busy. There's quite a lot of trains coming through, but we could do a different one. So I said we'd spawn on foot at St Pancras and go and have a little look around at what's going on there. Doopy-doopy-doopy-doo. To the trains. Choose a route. South Eastern High Speed. Spawn on foot at St Pancras at 10 o'clock. We wanted to see snow as well, didn't we? So we'll put the snow on.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Typical day from Richard Wild. DLC's so expensive. Expensive is relevant to how much you're willing to pay. The devs put a lot of work into them, and ultimately Dovetail are a commercial entity that have got to make a profit. So that they charge what they feel they need to in order to make a profit at the end of the day. Yeah. I don't like the way that at St Pancras the weather comes inside. That is a real, it's a bit weird. Yeah, Formula 47, the low-level platforms are not modded, but my understanding is you will see 700s on the high-level platforms. As Northern Princess Productions pointed out earlier on, they do use the high levels during engineering works and the like, so yeah, it's quite possible we'll see some 700s over there. We'll take a little wander over in just a second. However, Locomotive Location Livery. Maxwell! It's your first one today, number 13.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Give you box number 13, guys. 10 seconds for that locomotive livery, and more importantly at the moment, that location. Anything there that helps you with the location? Yes, I can't see any 700s anywhere at the moment. Lots of EMT HSTs over there. You do get them though. I do not recommend doing this in real life. Down the escalators, I think. Yeah, no, the low levels platforms are definitely not modded. You cannot get onto the low level platforms. They are definitely not modelled on here. I'm pretty sure, though, I did see in the preview streams that you do get 700s coming in and out of St Pancras now. Obviously, you've got to be at the right time of day and bits and bobs to do that, so, yeah. Johnny Simulator Game 37BR Blue Brighton. Typical Nathan, go down towards the East Coast main line. Yeah, we'll go for a bit of a walk a bit further around and see what we can see. Yeah, because I guess you do get them running out of King's Cross, don't you, as well, so... I do not recommend walking along the track unless you hold a full personal track safety competency. Sandy Beach is 37 at Milton Keynes. I'm starting to think we should have spawned into a train to do this. It might have been a little bit easier. Snow is nearly reaching the railhead. I think we should suspend the service. We're getting into the realms of rulebooks again. So we got the flyover. Go for a little walk around the corner and see what we can find. Running in the snow looks like a Rocky training montage. All this to spot a 700. So tell me, guys, The Class 700.
Spot, drive or scrap.
What would you do in real life? I mean, they're a bit Marmite. Some people love them, some people hate them. What would you do? Spot, drive, or scrap? CJ, the train spotter, they need to add the East Coast main line. Roundsy, I've recently started playing Train Sim World 3 and I've learnt a lot. Thank you for your videos, Richard. I really enjoy the driving the 395. No worries, bud. No worries at all. I'm going to get mowed down by a train in a minute. There are the East Coast main line lines. Can we get the other side of this railing to have a... Gonna go for a walk through the tunnel. So we believe quite possibly we will see 700s motoring up and down there at some point. We'll wait around for a couple of seconds. I mean, he's got red signals down there, so can we? Oh, okay. Uncharted territory. East Coast Main Line is featured on Train Sim World 3. Here you go. You've seen it here first. Is this Copenhagen tunnel or is this Gasworks tunnel? I can never remember which one's which. One of the tunnels is Gasworks and one of the tunnels is Copenhagen. But yeah, quite possibly we are going to get 700s running up and down here at some point. West Coast Main Line would be great, Formula 47 says. Roblox Gaming, you might get lucky and see two at the same time. Trying to see where we can actually... where we can sort of actually get to. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've got anything coming along anytime soon. Okay, what we'll do then, guys, is we'll jump back into the 700 because that's what we are primarily focusing on. We'll do one more run on the Southeastern High Speed, just a short little run, just because I want to see it in the snow. So, to the trains, train depot, timetable, 700. We want a nice little... Dartford to Gillingham. That's... Rochester to Dartford, ECS, at 5:16 in the morning. No, let's do something during the day. Let's do... Luton to Rainham. We'll go with that. But we're going to put it on... it won't let me do it because we're in July. It won't let me have snow. This is England. We get snow in July. It's perfectly possible. We'll put it on Snowstorm. We'll take this one down as far as Gravesend, which will be about 15 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up, guys. So we can have a little look at the 700 in the snow. CJ, the train spotter, the fact you can get there means the East Coast Main Line is coming. Hopefully. Southwestern train, guys. Surely the driver running down the tracks to spot a 700 is tea and biscuits. It's certainly something. It's only just started snowing though. Look, it's early days. Oh, MRL. We have realistic branding patches installed. So let's get safety systems on. AWS and AWS operational. Load the punters. And get some lights in as well. Daylight. We are stopping at Stone Crossing, Greenhive, Swanscombe, Northfleet and Gravesend. And we will wrap it up at Gravesend. Traceable from Berkshire, I have not put the announcements in yet. I am sorry, I will do that at some point, but I've been absolutely flat out. But yeah, unfortunately, I have not put the announcements in. But if you want announcements, we can satisfy everybody's needs for announcements.
If you see something that doesn't look right, report it to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
All together now.
See it, say it, sorted.
Is it sorted or sort it? I'm still not sure which one it is. I still haven't got a clue. I've been hearing that announcement for years. Although now I drive freight trains, I don't hear it quite so much, which is refreshing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, okay, get the door shut. Now it's proper snowing. Are we going to get some arcing on the third rail equipment as well? So if we jump outside and take power. Bit of wheel slip going on. We should get nice arcs as it goes across the third rail join there. Never mind, never mind. Ian Bradley, I believe it's sort it. Grape juice, I hear sorted. Artie, see it, say it, run away fast. Here's a question for you guys. If you're at a train station and you hear, would Inspector Sands please report to the booking office or please report to the station concourse, does anybody know what Inspector Sands actually means? Giving you away all the inside railway secrets now. We should be able to do this bit of route HUDless. Does anybody know what Inspector Sands actually means? Duck Hunter, we are in the Thameslink Class 700. We're just going to take it down as far as Gravesend, and that will be it for this stream today. Car Thief, I will pick up the Class 700 on the 27th of this month. Formula 47 secret code. Top secret, can't. Inspector Sands, time for me to get anxious. Formula 47, the nuclear bombs are about to be fired. That's extreme. Yeah, if you hear Inspector Sands, basically, it's the fire alarm's been activated. It's like a non-panicky way of alerting staff that to attend a certain area and sort of saying something's happening in that area. So if you ever hear, would Inspector Sands please report to the ticket office, then go to the ticket office and be nosy. No, run the other way, in all honesty. Right, there's our 70. We are coming down towards Stone Crossing. We'll see how the brakes perform in the snow. Got a 2 yellows. There is a snow brake feature on here, but I can't really identify what it does on the TMS screen. We'll have a little play with it. Actually, see if we can sort of work out what it does. My only issue with the Mendip Rail wagons being on this route is that Mendip Rail wagons don't run on this route. There's no Mendip quarries in the area. I need to turn all these aids off as well with the colour lights as well. Get rid of all them. It's past the signal, but it's on the platform, so that doesn't count as tea and biscuits. So if we go into the TMS screen, we go to train config. We've got no, not train config. Is it in that one there? There we go. Snow brake mode. And we can change that. I think that's on. There. Yeah, like I said, I don't really know what it's doing. But we'll see if we can sort of work out and find out what's going on with it. I am going to say it again. It looks really nice. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, guys, let's see if we can get this location down on Locomotive Location Livery. I'm pressing the button on the stream deck, but it's not playing the jingle. Post your numbers now for Locomotive Location Livery. Yeah, Maxwell,
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, it could be something to do with sanding, Max. That's a good point. It could be. I'll have to ask our Thameslink driver when we get her on the stream. In the next few weeks, hopefully. I am well and truly coming into these platforms way too hard. I'll say the brakes on the 700 are really good. I think because the driving position's different and you've got such a big windscreen, it kind of affects your perception of speed a little bit. That was bang on. Camera's back on, Artie. What have we got? Okay, so third number on my screen is GJ Barnard, number 20. Stream Deck is back to being delayed. I have pressed my button twice. Everything's running late. Come on. There is no more Locomotive Location Livery. It's broken.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
There we go. It's working. Hey, perfect one to get the location, guys. Going to give you box number 20. 10 seconds for that Locomotive Location and Livery. Oh, come on. I've pressed number 20. Okay, we're gonna have to go into manual mode. Oh no, there we go, it's working. Any ideas on that location, guys? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts if you've got any ideas on that location. SJ, imagine an actual Thameslink route in Tracing Well complete with ATO functionality. Yeah, having the core with ATO functionality, or even with from London Bridge and I think Loughborough Junction, there's ETCS, European Train Control System, is installed. So having that modelled in game would be really, really nice. Your stream deck is comparable to a Southern train. It's normally alright. Don't normally get any problems with it. It's just today it seems to be playing up. What are we going for? Roblox Games 37 at Watford Junction. GJ Barnard 37 at Dartford. Johnny Simulator Gaming 37 Blue at Dartford. Nobody's got that location. I thought the location was quite an easy one. Nobody's getting that location. 447's going Dartford. It's not Dartford. You're in the wrong part of the country. You're on the wrong region. As we come into Swanscombe. So we'd normally be looking for the RLU marker, but like I say, will be coming soon. We are getting better. We are getting better. Not St Austell, Maxwell. Kent Rail Explorer, you're closer with Clapham Junction, but you're still not in the right region. But you are closer with Clapham Junction than what you are with Dartford. Grape Juice, you are closer still with Basingstoke. Basingstoke, you're in the you're in the right area with Basingstoke. Giving you clues on this one today. You are in the right area.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Artie, I get a feeling it's an SWR station. It seems familiar, but I cannot place it. I couldn't possibly tell you. But Grape Juice is close-ish with Basingstoke. It's the right sort of area. Maxwell's gone Salisbury. I could give you another clue here. That'd probably give it away. We'll go for another round. Sandy Beach, you're the third one on my screen with number 19. I have pressed my button.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Give you number 19, guys. This will probably be the last... Probably be the last round. Sandy Beach has gone 37 at Swindon. Let me know your thoughts as always, guys. I have pressed the button to return back to the game. You've had the vine boom and everything. There we go. Stream Deck is not talking to Streamlabs today. It's lagging out. Sandy Beach has gone 37 at Reading. Grape Juice has gone 37 at BR Blue at Andover. Maxwell Wind Shepherd has gone Flying Banana. You're not wrong, Max. As we stop here at Northfleet. I tell you what we haven't done on this stream. Let's see if it works. We haven't had a look at the Discord server. See if anyone's been posting anything over there. Hey, something works. A crazy A330 has posted a picture of a very smashed up 375601. And someone's put, isn't that the one Richard crashed? Yes, that is the one I crashed. That smashed up 37561 is my handiwork. If you want to post anything in the Discord server, guys, or you want to join our Discord server, there's an invitation link in the description below, and you're more than welcome to join our very friendly community over there. Okay, we are about ready to depart Northfleet. We're heading down towards Gravesend, which is where this service will terminate. We will do a reveal on Locomotive Location Livery when we get down there. What are we saying? Wiki390's gone 37 at Didcot. Sandy Beach has gone 37 at Guildford. Artie says, Gregory, it's definitely not Clapham Junction. Artie, that platform is so familiar and I feel like I really should know it. There is a Locomotive Location Livery for everybody out there. There is one that you will get immediately. Sujat, how did I crash it? I hit a tree, a rather large tree, at about 50 miles an hour. Incidentally, when I saw that tree coming, I'll simulate exactly what I'd done when I saw that tree coming. It was like, that's not supposed to be there. Brakes into emergency, and I went and done this. And I stood here and stared at the passengers sitting in first class. God knows what they must have thought. It was literally for like a few seconds, and then it was wallop. But yeah, God knows what that passenger must have thought in that that few seconds. If you see the driver running towards you, run after them, follow them. That's my advice. So just passed over Springhead Road Junction, where the high-speed line joins on. Duck Hunter 37.5 at Selhurst. I remember that RT about Dorking. Right, we've set our 31 in for Gravesend. Let's get a little bit of break in. I've got to start being a bit gentler with the 700 and driving it a bit more smoothly, because I am driving it like I stole it. I am thrashing it about. Yeah, we won't say anything about the quality of driving on Thameslink trains. All views and opinions are my own, of course. And now I'm miles too slow for the 30. See, Ian raises a good point. Is it more of a serious issue when given coffee instead of tea when having biscuits with a manager? No, coffee is also okay. Tea or coffee, any hot beverage really, as long as you get biscuits. If you're not getting biscuits, then you know it's a bad day. You know you've done something very wrong. Andrew Lonsbury, Norfolk Southern would just plough into the tree and derail themselves purposely. Southeast spotter 37-610 at Yeovil Junction. You're not far away with Yeovil Junction. You're definitely in the right sort of area. But we are coming to Gravesend, where this service will terminate, and then I will be doing a reveal on Locomotive Location Livery. Let's see if we can do this. The front set of doors are on the platform, so I'm not having tea and biscuits for that. Oh, go on then. That was the wrong button. Okay, guys, let's do this.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
So thank you very much, Josh Trains, for sending this one in. Grape Juice, I believe you are the only one. I believe it was you that got the location. Someone said Salisbury, someone said Basingstoke. If I was to say it's in between Salisbury and Basingstoke, you probably would have got it instantly. I'm going to press our button.
It's time to reveal today's Locomotive Livery Location.
That is BR Blue Plus 37. I think everybody got that bit. Oh, there's a lot of lagging on the stream deck today. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is Aldershot. Aldershot isn't between Basingstoke and Salisbury, is it? Is Aldershot between Basingstoke and Salisbury, or is that Andover? I'm thinking of Andover, aren't I? Aldershot is near Woking. Oh, I don't know. Geography. It's a bit of route I don't sign. It's somewhere on the southwest. Someone's going to correct me now. Dad Rail doesn't know where Aldershot is. Isn't Aldershot down near the Mid-Hants? Down that way? Arty, yeah, Aldershot. It was a South Western Railway station. You got that much. You got that much. Oh, grape juice, you said Andover. I'm getting Andover and Aldershot mixed up. Never mind, never mind. Right. Press that button there. Is that thunder I can hear outside? Oh, okay. I thought we had thunder outside, but we don't. There we go, guys. I am going to end the stream there. Thank you very much for everyone for joining. It's been absolutely brilliant. We've had a few people in tonight. I am really, really liking the Thameslink 700 in Train Sim World. I would, if you haven't already, I would recommend you go and pick this train up. I think for £12.99, it's a pretty good price, and yeah, it definitely gets a thumbs up from me. So if you haven't already, I would go and pick this up. Thank you very, very much for watching, guys. It is really appreciated. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing. That would be absolutely amazing. You can follow me on my social media channels, which will be coming up on the screen as soon as the stream deck can be bothered to post them. There we go. And if you want to talk about train sim, trains in general, aviation, or follow some of our excellent staff diary channels, you can do so by joining the Discord server, and there is an invitation link in the description below. Anybody who wants to send me any pictures for Locomotive Location Livery, you can do so by sending them via the Discord server or sending them on my social media channels. That would be absolutely brilliant. There we go. Next stream will be, I don't know when, but what I can tell you is the next stream will be back in Roblox, and it will be the Romney Hive and Dymchurch Railway in Roblox, because Maxwell has been asking me to do that for ages, and my son Joshua really wants to do it, and Dad Rail, if my son wants to do it, I've kind of got to do it because it goes with the territory. But there we go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to hit that button there. Keep an eye on the socials for when the next live stream is. I'll tell you 2 minutes before I go live like I usually do. Thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.